The writing, which is called the Book of Enoch, is a work of sensationalized fiction which supposedly provides a more elaborate behind-the-scenes account of what happened before the flood in Noah's time. The Jews in Jesus' time did not regard the Book of Enoch as scripture. They recognized the very same books that Christians regard as the Old Testament. Of the multitude of things which Jesus severely rebuked and contended with the Jews over, one thing which he never disputed was the list of books, which they accepted as being inspired by God. Jesus even implied the accuracy of the Jewish canon, right as he gave one of his most scathing rebukes to them in Matthew chapter 23, verses 29 to 36. There is also no evidence that the apostles of Christ regarded the Book of Enoch as scripture, yet the reference in the book of Jude to a quote which is in the Book of Enoch must be addressed. Jude verses 14 and 15. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches, which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Note that Jude never even mentions, let alone endorses, what is known as the Book of Enoch. At the very most, Jude was citing one true statement from the Book of Enoch to make a point. It's also possible that the phrase which Jude quotes from the biblical patriarch Enoch was something which oral tradition accurately regarded him as saying. Whoever forged the Book of Enoch around the 2nd or 3rd century BC could very well have taken this phrase and incorporated that into the forgery known now as the Book of Enoch. Jude could even be taking this particular true statement in the Book of Enoch and turning it against false teachers who are subtly denying that living ungodly will surely cause one to be judged and condemned by God in his wrath. I've heard it speculated that the Catholic Church is suppressing the Book of Enoch because it's a threat to its power. But if the Catholic Church was really eliminating books from the Bible that ought to be in it, then why hasn't it eliminated the multitude of things which are in the Bible, which oppose its teachings? Extra biblical tradition, extra biblical authority, and extra biblical writings. The Catholic Church now recognizes many apocryphal books are actually at the foundation of the Catholic Church's apostasy. The Book of Enoch challenges the concept that God is wrathful against man and sent the flood in Noah's time over man's wickedness. Whatever role fallen angels may or may not have had in corrupting the earth before the flood, Genesis chapter 6 states clearly that it is mankind whom the judgment of the flood was intended for. The very saying which Jude acknowledged as coming from the biblical Enoch was spoken as a guarantee of God's wrath, coming on all who are ungodly before him, in word and or in deed. You can take that to the bank.